So there have been some shifts while we've all been sleeping. So yesterday I did this reading, and I specifically say that last night the wheel turned. Like I say tonight the wheel turns. Like, did it ever? You might feel different today. You might have had weird dreams last night. If you had weird dreams, oh, the bottom of my foot just got so itchy. If you had weird dreams last night, then I would say you're a part of this. Like, I was back in my hometown at this mall that I always go to, and my ex that's been stalking me in my dreams for like the last year was following me around with some chick that kind of looked like me, but then I got to dodge him and run away. One of my ex bosses was in my sister's dreams. So I think today I'm going to pull the black cards because they're pretty good indicator cards. I got some new cards coming as well. I don't like to work with too much energy, so I'm kind of just, I don't know what I'm going to do with my decks, but I usually just use the same ones because all sorts of different messages come out no matter what cards I'm using. I could use fucking bicycle playing cards and give you a reading. So all right. I just got some hidden information and I'm not going to release it, but I know why I'm doing this reading. So here we go. The Soulmates card landed on my knee. How cute is that? Stabbed in the back. Where'd that other one go? Oh, right there. The Chaser. Oh, fucking Christ. Okay. Ace of Swords. Oh, God. What happened to the bottom of my foot all of a sudden? So itchy. I don't know if you ever want to make your own anti-itch / protection against the winter. I mix good old Vaseline with essential oils like peppermint and wintergreen and rosemary, and then I add either St. John's wort oil or simply, I don't know what kind of oil I'm using now, but you can use basic like olive oil. Mix it together. It smells so good. It smells like whatever you make it. And it lasts on your skin. I don't put lotion on my skin. Never have. Well, can't say never. Anyways. Okay. Now that my foot's not itching anymore like a motherfucker, I can do this reading. Because that's a major distraction. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think you had a distraction because of this. So, a codependent relationship that had a massive fear of you abandoning it stabbed you in the back. And this was a soul contract destined to happen and fated to happen in this lifetime. So last night, what ended up happening was when the wheel turned, it brought in information about betrayal. And betrayal is huge because if people betray you, then that almost kind of marks the beginning of their demise. and they're forever having to pay debts back for, like, everything you do to people, you have to pay back. Everything you steal, every rumor you murmur, everything that happens to you has to get paid back. Like, this is a give and take kind of place, and for the most part people just take. And because they're so greedy, they have to then go into a part of their life where they lose everything, because those items, yes, are lost from them, but are re-given to other people. It's this whole what goes around comes around thing, right? And you have to either believe it or not believe it. And for the most part, I'm still on the fence of believing it, but that's just because of my personal journey, but I know that it exists. It's just sometimes the rebound doesn't necessarily get into this lifetime if you can't handle your life anymore, right? You have control of your life. Nobody else does, but other people take control of little pieces of your life, and then you fall habit to bad things, right? So from the looks of it, a soul contract deceived you by working behind your back because they never wanted to lose you. Okay, so it has to come into the light now, because this person, this is ascending in reverse. So this person is now no longer being able to ascend using your energy. So basically how it would come through is like an awful pattern finally stopping. And now I'm kind of like at a loss for words. I know that it has to be over. I know that the truth has to come in and protection has to come over you. Like, this could be like a codependent parent that maybe you haven't seen for a long time, but has still been using your energy. So they're still, for instance, if you're their son, they haven't seen you for 10 years, they're still ranting and raving about how great you are, but they don't even talk to you. And I noticed that about my father. My father would talk about my sister and I, and he'd be like, "Oh, I was talking to my buddy about you and I," and I'm like, "You don't even talk to me. Why the fuck are you talking to your friends about me?" Like, hey, my parents were always so eager to say how great their kids were, but then when we were in the room, they wouldn't even talk to us. So it could be something like that. It could be a codependent parent that's still using the fact that they're a mother or they're a father to their advantage in public. Well, I'm a mother. And they're like, "Oh, okay." But haven't been a parent for years. Like, stuff like that, right? It has to come into work, because especially if you've been like super sad or needing, it's almost like you feel like there's a seat beside you and it's just empty, right? Filling that void. Like, now you have to fill that void, because why you always felt like you needed a hug or like you needed a kiss or that you needed some love is because somebody took the seat next to you and was never there. So you were supposed to get all of this love and you didn't. Like, I just found out yesterday that the way my parents spoke to me and acted wasn't the way parents were supposed to be. I had no idea. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. Like, it's hard to explain. If you're not raised properly, then you don't make it in life properly. Like, if your parent didn't speak to you, if your parent all of a sudden turned into a different person, if they lied in front of your face, those were all traits that parents are not supposed to do. If your parent never taught you how to do anything. Like, my sister and I were saying the other day, I wish my dad would have taught us how to change our own oil. So then we could have kept our vehicles spick and span. I wish he would have taught me how to use stuff in the garage. He was a carpenter, so he could have taught me how to be a carpenter. Like, the things that I had to learn on my own when he was right there, he could have taught me. But he gave more attention to his wife, which was my stepmother, because she needed to be the center of attention. So he wasn't allowed to have kids. So we were just pushed into the corner. But when somebody did something wrong, best believe we were fucking punished for it. It's like all they really wanted to do was punish us. right? And then I've seen it in other people, and I've worked with people that are like, I don't punish my kid like that. Like my kid fucks up, but I know my kid fucks up because of me. And I'm like, your kid did that and you didn't ground them? They're like, no, what the fuck is that gonna do? And I'm like, okay, I got grounded for like coughing at the dinner table, not covering my mouth. Like, because my stepmom thought the queen was coming over all the time because she thought she was the queen. Guess what, bitches? The queen is dead now. So whoever thought they were the queen, or whoever thought the queen was coming over, or whoever thought the queen was special, fuck you. The queen was like the most evilest person in the entire world. Like, look it up. She wasn't a good lady. But anyways, I don't want that witch in my reading. Okay, so all you gotta do is just tell me a little about this. Where are we moving past all this now? High priest. I like that. Learning how to be normal and not so defensive all the time. Like, do you realize sometimes you could just end up being defensive and you don't know why? It's because you're constantly guarded, because you're constantly fucked with. So it's nice to be able to know you can let your guard down because they're not stabbing you in the back anymore. You can see what they're doing. There's the bitch right there, Queen of Wands. I hate this woman, but it's upright, so I'm okay with her being upright. But when she's in reverse, I do not like her. But upright, she's okay. So honestly, I kind of feel like now you get back into your throne, right? There is no empty seat beside you anymore. It doesn't exist. It was a fucking parental frame of mind keeping you as a child in their heart, so then they could feed off other people for giving you life. Like, the fuck, you asked for it. That's why I said to my father, like, you think I asked for this? You put me here. You should have took care of me. I didn't ask for this. You use your dick. You deal with the fucking consequences. Not fucking hard. But people are stupid. And they're idiots when they use their children like this. It just pisses me off. Because there's a lot of fire in here, and I know why. So yeah, definitely learning how to get back on your throne again without this codependent piece of shit hanging off you like you owe them something. Because you didn't ask for anything, they did. What they and that's the thing, and that's the theme of this Libra season, is what you give is what you get. And what you get is from what you gave and what you did. People be getting back times 3 or times 10 what they gave out. And that's this season. And that's why I think a lot of people are going to, in the next month or so, whether in this life or some other fucking dimension, because of all the shit they did. I'm just here to expose it because I know what's going on. So anyways, I have to be going to work now, so I have to leave. But this Empress, I feel like it's a mother. I do. I feel like it's a mother. If it's a father, then it's a really flamboyant father that is just a little too female, a little too like, not so masculine, that it's a really fucking feminine male. Yeah, a woman. The wheel. I told you. This person that's been fucking with your life, the 5 of Cups, making you upset as if you are in a relationship with them, is done. I gotta end this. Peace.